Foreign Office, at the Trade Department. I've got a fantastic team of people in my campaign team and more broadly across the party. And I want to go in from day one in Downing Street and make sure we deliver on the promises we set out in 2019. Chris Mason.
Chris Mason from BBC News. How can you be the credible agent of change, given that you have sat around Boris Johnson's cabinet table throughout his time as Prime Minister? And if I may, how worried are you that your campaign is being trampled by the March of Mordant?
Well, as you know, I've been focusing on making sure that Vladimir Putin is defeated in Ukraine. And we led that effort. We led the fight for the free world. We put on more sanctions than any other country. We have encouraged others to stand tough. We were the first country to send weapons to Ukraine. And I'm proud of that record. Now, internally within government, I was critical within cabinet of the proposed national insurance rise. I was a cabinet minister who spoke out against it at the time. But I'm a loyalist. I believe in collective responsibility. But now the Prime Minister has stood down. I think it's right that I'm honest about my views on the economy. I spent 2 years as Chief Secretary. I can deliver a different economic plan that is credible and will work for the people of Britain and deliver on the promises that we made in the 2019 manifesto. Thank you. Anusha.
Thank you. Anusha Kristana, ITV News. Elizabeth Truss, you voted Remain and you remained in the cabinet when tax rises came in. Penny Mordaunt backed Brexit from the start. Some say she's the real candidate of the right. Given that analysts say she is going to beat you, wouldn't the right thing be for party unity to swing behind her?
Well, since the referendum in 2016, I have done so much to deliver on the promises of Brexit and the opportunities of Brexit. I've delivered dozens of trade deals at the Department of Trade. I've delivered the Northern Ireland Protocol Bill to fix the issues that we have in Northern Ireland. And as Prime Minister, I am committed to unleashing the full opportunities of Brexit, the ability to do things differently, whether that's in financial services, whether it's in regulation, to really get our economy going. And I'm the candidate in this race that has the record of delivery. I've shown that I'm prepared to get difficult stuff done in Whitehall. I'm ready to hit the ground running from day one. We've only got 2 years till the general election. And my experience, my record of delivery is needed to get the job done. Jack Elson.
Thank you, Foreign Secretary. You said just now you wanted to be honest about your plan for the economy. The government in which you serve currently has a tax plan to cut the basic rate of income tax by 1p by 2024. That's not enough, is it? And what would you like to see income tax cut to?
Well, on day one, we would start by having a new budget and a new spending review. It's vitally important that we reverse the national insurance rises, that we don't increase corporation tax because we need to get investment into all parts of our country. I also want to put in place low tax zones, particularly in areas like the north of England, to help attract enterprise. I think that's vitally important. And the way I see the COVID debt is it's a one-off event, it's a 1 in 100-year event. We should pay that debt off over a longer period of time. That is how I would fund my tax reductions, whilst at the same time laying out a clear plan, a clear 10-year plan to reform the government and the public sector, and to do all those supply-side reforms I've talked about to really get the economy motoring, because we have had anemic growth for the past 2 decades. And more of the same simply isn't going to work to deliver for the people of Britain. Jason Groves.
Thank you. You've worked with Penny Mordaunt in government. You've done some of the same jobs as her at equalities, at trade, on Brexit. Your friend Lord Frost this morning said she's not up to the job. Do you agree with him?
Well, actually, I haven't worked in the same department as Penny Mordaunt, and I certainly won't be making any disparaging comments about any of my fellow candidates. I think, in fact, the Conservative race shows what a broad range of talent we have in the Conservative Party. And we didn't get there through identity politics. We didn't get there through quotas. We got there because we are a meritocratic party that believes in the future of Britain. Ben Riley-Smith.
Thank you. Two quick policy questions. Defence spending. What percentage of GDP would you want to see spent on defence? And would you keep Boris Johnson's Rwanda deportation policy?
I want to see, by the end of the decade, defence spending going up to 3% of GDP. I think it's vitally important, with increased insecurity in Europe and across the world, that we are putting our money where our mouth is. The fact is, the free world didn't spend enough on defence, and we saw the results in terms of the appalling Russian aggression in Ukraine. If we don't make sure that Russia is defeated in Ukraine, we could see even worse taking place across Europe. So it is vitally important that we reform government so we can afford to spend more on defence. And part of that is helping more people get into work, reforming our welfare system to make sure that we are encouraging that, having proper incentives for people to go into work. This is why the national insurance rise is so wrong, because we need to make sure that people are encouraged to take up those opportunities. Rwanda? I completely agree with the Rwanda policy. I've worked very closely with Priti Patel on it, and we need to have further reforms in the United Kingdom to make sure that we can really stop illegal immigration. Steve Swinford.
Foreign Secretary, you talk about running a positive campaign and not criticising your rivals, but many of the people sitting in front of you in your own team have been publicly very critical of your rivals. They've said that Rishi Sunak has been plotting to undermine the Prime Minister for 6 months. They've publicly accused Rishi Sunak of orchestrating a dirty tricks campaign through Gavin Williamson. This morning, people around your team are saying that Penny Mordaunt would need stabilisers if she became Prime Minister. Do you endorse these very personal attacks on your rivals, or would you like the people in front of you not to carry them out anymore?
As you've heard today, Steve, I'm putting forward a positive agenda. I want to transform our country. I think the most pressing issue is the economy. We need to hit the ground running from day one. I'm the Prime Minister that can do that. And I want to have a team from across the Conservative Party getting all of our talents on the pitch to be able to do that. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for the questions. Very good to see you.
Well, Liz Truss launching her campaign this morning. Welcome to Central Lobby here in the Palace of Westminster. We're right in the middle of the building. To one side, we have the House of Commons, to the other, the House of Lords. Right in the middle is Tamara with me. What did we make of what she had to say?
Morning, Kay. Well, look, an assured speech by the Foreign Secretary. She could walk in to Downing Street on day one. She doesn't need any training for it. She's been in Cabinet for 7 years, and she wants lower taxes than we have at the moment, and she says that she can stand up to Vladimir Putin and Russian aggression. So she's trying to be the candidate of experience. A lot of the questions from journalists at that launch focused on the fact that there's no getting away from the fact that she did not get as good a result as she would have wanted yesterday in the first ballot of MPs. Rishi Sunak, as expected, was in the lead, but Penny Mordaunt surging behind him. The momentum seems to be with her. And then we got that polling yesterday from Conservative Party members showing that she's also the runaway favourite with them. So can Liz Truss beat Mordaunt? Can she unite the right of the Conservative Party behind her? Well, at the moment, she has to show that in this second ballot today. And if we see a couple of the lesser-known candidates, people like Suella Braverman, for example, is probably the most right-wing candidate in the contest, dropping out and their support going to Truss, then she could start to recoup lost ground. But she really needs to get some momentum going now. I thought I detected a slight tetchiness in some of her answers about Penny Mordaunt, although she insisted she wasn't going to make disparaging comments. Plenty of her supporters have done, not privately but publicly, and suggested that Penny Mordaunt does not have the experience to go and run number 10.
She didn't answer head on, though, that question, did she, when she was asked about it?
No, she said that she wouldn't be making disparaging comments and that she'd not worked with Penny Mordaunt in government. Penny Mordaunt was Defence Secretary for about 3 months during the latter days of Theresa May, when Liz Truss was also in the cabinet, so they must have worked together a bit, but she didn't give away anything about that. But certainly, you look at people like Simon Clarke, a cabinet minister at the Treasury, he has said this morning that Conservatives and the country need to be concerned about the prospect of somebody who has not got the right experience going into number 10.
It was interesting that she talked about President Putin, because when I asked her, she told me that she'd never met President Putin, but I suppose that's a question for another day when the debates take place. Talk to us, before we move on, talk to us about the geography of where we are. We're in something called Central Lobby. So for the benefit of our viewers, where are we? What happens here? Why is this a good place for us to be today?
So this is the historic Central Lobby. This is where you will see people coming in to meet their MPs. You'll see MPs coming together to talk, to plot a bit. You often see MPs sitting on these benches around me having meetings. This is the sort of beating heart of Parliament. Before we had Portcullis House, which is the new glass bit of Parliament where we often go now. This was where MPs would meet. You've got the House of Lords coming off one end, the House of Commons off another, and this is where MPs would come in before and after votes before going into one of the two chambers.
And this is where any member of the public can come. They need to be invited,
Yes.
but anyone can come here.
Yes, anyone can come here. They can't, of course, go into the chambers, but they can arrange to meet their MPs here, and they can when they come in, MPs will typically meet them here. This is where MPs meet after votes. This is where also the sort of warren of committee rooms is where you get to some of those.
So when we hear
here.
about Committee Room 14, that's
yes,
off
that is
here.
so. There's a corridor of committee rooms, and in one of them today there will be the 1922 committee at 3 o'clock announcing the results of the second ballot. So all of these committee rooms are busy all day long with different hearings, but it's in these sort of hot committee rooms that the Tory leadership stages in Parliament will be decided before the final two go to the membership.
Now, it's an absolutely stunning building. Look at that chandelier, absolutely gorgeous. They do tours here all the time, so a lot of young people, they're trying to get involved in politics and show them that it's not dry and it's not boring. And we're certainly seeing that with this leadership contest.
Indeed, I mean, Labour are saying this is a circus and this does not reflect well on the country to have all this fighting among the governing party. But certainly some Conservatives, while hoping that it's over quickly, say it shows that there's a genuine battle of ideas there for the soul of the party. You've got candidates who members of the public will have barely heard of, doing pretty well in this contest.
Tell us about some
more
of them.
Established figures. You know, Jeremy Hunt, former Foreign Secretary, out yesterday. Nadeem Zahawi in cabinet for a while, now the Chancellor, out of the contest. And yet you see people like Kemi Badenoch, a local government minister who came from Nigeria as a child. She worked in banking before going into politics. She's got 40 votes from her colleagues to be the next Prime Minister. Suella Braverman, who is on the sort of very right-wing Brexiteer end of the Conservative Party, is talking about leaving the European Convention on Human Rights. She got quite a lot of support from the ERG. They're the group of MPs who made life very difficult for Theresa May with her Brexit deal. You know, she's done very well as well. I mean, this is really the next generation of Conservatives who we're starting to see come through here. And even if they
Too
don't
early
win,
for them? Yeah.
it feels like it is too early
It
for
does,
them. I
it
suspect
does.
Braverman may be in line to go out in this vote because she got the fewest of those remaining in the contest. She got the fewest votes yesterday, and it's hard to see where she picks them up, given that Liz Truss is very much trying to appeal to Conservatives on the right. So if she goes out, then Truss will hope to pick up many of her votes. Kemi Badenoch as well, if she were to go out today, don't forget, if more than one MP is in the last place, so if you're tied in last place, you both go out. So she may also be at risk today, but she has picked up support not on the right, more on the sort of culture war side of the party. People who say that some things that are happening in politics are too woke. She's very concerned about regulation of the online world. So she's attracted a lot of support, which will need to be picked up elsewhere as well. But you can imagine that both of them may well be in line for a job in someone's cabinet.
Politics is brutal, though, isn't it? I mean, I was speaking to the camps of Jeremy Hunt and also Zahawi last night once they were out. And they were riding high, both those guys. And look what happened.
It really is brutal. I mean, those who think that they are going to do well sometimes end up not doing well, and I think with Jeremy Hunt in particular, the number of declared supporters was more than the number who actually voted for him. So obviously a couple of people had told him,
porky pies,
you're my guy, and then that didn't happen. And indeed, Jeremy Hunt declared for Rishi Sunak late last night, said he was supporting him. That would have been a massive disappointment to Penny Mordaunt, who supported him for the leadership in 2019.
Sacked for supporting him.
Sacked as Defence Secretary, obviously the job of a lifetime, for supporting him when Boris Johnson got in and wreaked revenge on the people who didn't back him. So she will have been disappointed. Tom Tugendhat, who the former soldier, also had pretty good contest for someone who's never held a ministerial job. He sees himself as the one nation candidate of the Tory party. He would have wanted Jeremy Hunt's support as well. So, it is brutal. You don't know who your friends are until it really comes to the crunch. And we are seeing now that some of the lesser known candidates who members of the public probably wouldn't even recognise at the bus stop are now really getting to the final stages in the race to be the next Prime Minister.
And the vote is at 11:30. It opens at 11:30. 360 MPs can vote?
There were 357 voting yesterday, so
right.
A few have sort of lost the whip. But yes, 357 voting. Rishi Sunak picked up the support of about a quarter of them yesterday. And
welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe.
All ladies, you are invited to our premier 13th Annual Women's Conference, Lady to Lady Global Conference 2022. Theme, Joy. Date, Saturday, 30th July. Doors open at 11 a.m. Venue, Fairview's Concert Halls, the Phoenix Theater, Croydon, CR91DG3, United Kingdom. Register on www.ladytoladyglobal.org. Music Minister, CLC Healing Voices. Simeon. Queenie, Ada Ahi. Congratulations, I have seen the glory of God. Conference speakers, Reverend Betty King, Pastor Marjorie, Pastor Sandra.
I did come to Lady, and from that day onwards, my life has never been the same.
See you there.
Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of digging the hole of darkness.
So what did that?
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on The CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you're listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth and those of you on other planets as well. This is how I want to welcome you to the Wednesday edition of the Morning Show on Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Today is Thursday, the 14th day of July, the year 2022, with a time now 10:42 from the hearts of London. From now till 1 o'clock, I'm going to make sure that I bring you everything that you need to know. But let me say good morning to my team this morning, Mr. Olayomi Koiki, Mr. Frank Davis working behind the scenes, and my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy. Good morning to you all gentlemen. My brother Felix, long time no here. I hope you are doing very, very well. Good morning to you. And let me take this opportunity to say good morning to the man of God himself, Pastor Emmanuel Chidi. Good morning. And Kofi Nyako all the way in Esikado Good morning. May I take this opportunity to also say good morning to all our listeners in Americas, those of you in Europe, those of you in Asia, those of you in Australia, and those of you on the African continent. Amaya, good morning to you. Tosino, all the way in Moscow, and Anthony Adedeji in the US. Massive good morning to you. And let me say good morning to Mo. Yes, he said he's visiting Ghana. He's in Ghana. Mo, good morning to you. To all our friends and loved ones and wonderful listeners on Starr Radio UK, receive our salute. As I say, all protocol observed, and thank you very much for tuning in once again to listen to what's playing in the background is something from Devo Ghana. But enjoy this as we continue with the show. Now, for those of you who have tuned in for the first time on Starr Radio UK, this is how the program goes.
And it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music.
This is Starr Radio UK.
In your car,
At work.
at home.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7. Welcome.
Okay, so I will bring you the quote for the day. The weather forecast will follow suit, then the travel update. We'll continue to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe as we normally do, global trotting. Then from there we'll continue at 11 o'clock where we'll bring you updates from Nigeria. Hopefully we should have Mr. Olayomi Koiki joining us this morning. Then after that, exactly at 12 o'clock, the lines are open for you to add your voice to the discussions. Now, as I've been saying, some technical updates going on, and therefore my technical team has just told me that yes, the program will finish at 12:30. So just bear with us, enjoy the ride. At 12:30, the catches are brought down for the end of the program, and in a gist, that's what's going to be happening today on Starr Radio UK, Thursday edition of the morning show. Let me say good morning to KB Bossman, Vicky Newton, all presenters on Starr Radio UK. Salute.
This is Starr Radio UK.
So acapella there from the Vox Ghana. You want to exercise your vocal cords? You can join them to do so this morning. Well, if you don't know me and it's your first time of listening to us, I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning Archie.
Okay, so let's crack on. The quote for the day says what? It says the intensity of your desire and the persistence of your efforts will be the only potent force that can overcome this resistance. There is always resistance, but the intensity and the persistency will overcome it. Do your best and leave the rest to God. All right then. So Starr Radio UK. Well, another hot day, but better than it's been of late. I was just talking to my able producer, telling him that, well, I think that Sunday people have to take fans to church. Every person who's going to church will take a fan, a standing fan or a table fan. I think a standing fan will do. So that when it's hot, you can use it because we're going to be experiencing some hot weather here. Now this afternoon will start dry and fine widely. Spells of sunshine are likely through the rest of the day with gentle winds and little in the way of cloud cover. It will be another very warm day. It's going to remain clear through the evening with plenty of late sunshine. Now overnight it will remain dry and clear, and there will be some relief as temperatures drop away from most areas. So hopefully, now the temperature is going to be 27 degrees, otherwise it's going to be 13 degrees. Pollen level is going to be high, UV level high, pollution low. Sunset 21:13 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 04:49 hours. That brings us to the end of the weather forecast. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, we'll be going to the travel updates, but don't you worry, I'm going to bring you a full length of those wonderful tunes that have been recorded by the Devox Ghana. But now, let's go for your travels.
Check it out. Keep your eyes
This is Starr Radio UK.
Okay, so keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads. I'll keep you navigated. I promise I'll be on the Starr Radio Travel Update that comes to every weekday from 10:40. It's now 10:48. So what is happening in travel this morning? On the underground, Piccadilly line has got minor delays due to between Acton Town and Heathrow terminals while they fix a signal failure at Tenham Green. Good service on the rest of the line. That aside, all the other underground lines, good service. TFL, Rail, DLR, London Overground, good service. London Tramlink has still got part suspension and reduced service. So if you are applying or traveling via that route, please check before you leave. Now moving on straight to the major routes in London, A24, A4, A41, Central London red routes have all got closures, and South Circular A205 has got serious delays. As I say all the time, if you can avoid it, do your best to avoid it. But if you are stuck in there, continue to listen to us, and as and when there are any changes, I promise to bring it to the fore. But keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads. I will keep you navigated. I promise. Our boss. Now moving on straight to the river bus. On the river bus this morning, the Woolwich Ferry has got special service. That aside, all the others, you got it. Good service. And let's move on to the final segment of the travel updates. That is the National Rail. On the National Rail this morning, Great Anglia and South Eastern has got minor delays. ScotRail and Southern have all got special service. Okay, so in a gist, that is what is happening on your travel this morning. So wherever you are, once again I will say it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your comments for today, but you know what? Continue to keep those eyes on the road.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
All ladies, you are invited to our premier 13th annual Women's Conference, Lady to Lady Global Conference 2022. Theme, Joy. Date, Saturday, 30th July. Doors open at 11 a.m. Venue, Fairview's Concert Halls, the Phoenix Theater, Croydon, CR91DG3, United Kingdom. Register on www.ladytoladyglobal.org. Music Ministers, CLC Healing Voices. Simeon. Queenie. Ada Ahi. Congratulations, I have seen the glory of God. Conference speakers Reverend Betty King, Pastor Marjorie, Pastor Sandra.
I did come to Lady, and from that day onwards, my life has never been the same.
See you there.
Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK. Let me once again say a good morning to Kofi Nyako. He's posted a comment there. We're going to go global trotting, but he's posted a comment there. So right now, growth to GDP doesn't make sense to the masses. Inflation doesn't sit well with the ordinary Ghanaian. And all the major macro indicators doesn't put on the table, but one is clear in that the economy will surely bounce back, and soon the growth to GDP ratio, the inflation, and all the macroeconomic statistics will make sense to the masses. My regards to the next president of Ghana, Dr. Akoto Afriye. Okay, so that is an advocate for Dr. Akoto Afriye, Kofi Nyako, who thinks that Dr. Akoto Afriye is one that we have to look out or watch out for. But what do you think? Well. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now let's go global trotting. Let's look at some of the other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world. Some of the stories I'm going to be looking at when it comes to Nigeria. Names of nominees submitted to Tinubu for APC vice presidential candidate has been revealed. So who was there? Okay, and we've been asking the question that the Muslim ticket for the APC, is it going to be bring the demise or bring about the demise of the APC? Now, Muslim ticket, Bola Tinubu speaks on dropping Shatima as running mate. I think he's trying to see sense now, but we'll be looking into that. But you've gone to promise him that. Are you not going to take it? And how the Northerners going to take that as well? Okay, MPDP presidential candidate Atiku returns from vacation. That's one of the stories. The Economist selling Obi's candidature in northern Nigeria. Dati Baba Ahmed. So somebody is working for Peter Obi in northern Nigeria, but can actually garner him some votes there. Well, Osun Guba court dismisses suit seeking APC Ayatollah's disqualification. Raume defects to Labour Party, and then Christian politicians against APC Muslim tickets should be reasonable, Adamu says. We're going to be looking into those stories there as well. And then Babakar Lawal distanced himself from running mate's recommendation to Tinubu. Okay, there are some of the stories making the rounds there. There are going to be a few more that we're going to be bringing your way, but wherever you are, don't tag that down. Let's go global trotting. Continue to look at some of the other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world. Now, SHS food crisis. Headmasters soliciting help from churches to feed students. I have a picture of the it's what we call it, the dining hall. I'm looking at it and I'm like, gosh. Back in the day, those of us who were in the boarding houses as well, you see our dining hall quite massive. We had our dining hall, Kum Entertainment Assembly Hall. Was it together? Yeah. And it was quite an interesting one. But hey, and then Parliament to decide Adwoa Safo's fate is one of the stories making the round. Ghana facing severe economic social situation. That is what the IMF is saying to Ghanaians. I will bring you more on that front. Highest pensioner receives 142,000 Ghana cedi. Lowest gets 300 monthly SNET. Well, that is what SNET is saying. We'll be bringing more details about that. So if you are planning for your future, what do you do? Akufo-Addo will soon blame Ghana's economic crisis on Shinzo Abe's assassination, says the scribe of the opposition National Democratic Congress. Okay, we will look into that. And then yesterday I did talk about the fact that one security expert was saying that well, if you don't sack some of your ministers and then reshuffle your cabinet, then there's a tendency that Ghana is going to rise, or Ghanaians are going to rise to the situation that has happened in Sri Lanka, where the president has fled, the prime minister is on the verge of fleeing or hiding somewhere in some hole somewhere, which we are not very sure. Very, very uncertain situation there. But we'll be bringing you more on that front. Labor unrest. List of worker unions on strike. Others imminent. There are few labor unions who are embarking or who are planning to embark on strikes. Well, somebody say, well, you know, the MPs and the ministers have had a cut of 30% on their salaries. Now somebody say, well, look at the bounty that they are getting. 30% doesn't make anything to them, though they are upset. But that 30% will pay somebody's year's salary or wages. So what do you think about all that? We're going to be looking more into that as the time goes on. Ivory Coast Army condemns detention of soldiers in Mali. We'll be looking more into that as well. Benin head of top court resigns to renew commitment to ruling party. We'll be looking into that. And Libyans endure longer frequent power cuts. Wow, Libya, my goodness. So we have a family where they are all lying or sleeping in one of their a nice van where they turn the AC on. That is a way to cool down. So I think that happening here, where we're going to be having all this what do you call it, heat. Yes, that hot weather, Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday. I think that the best way is to be in your car, turn your ignition or turn the AC on. Well. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. remember, as I did announce earlier on, the program is going to finish exactly at 12:30 due to some technical upgrades that's going on at the moment. And therefore, yes, it's going to continue that way for some time. And then Tuesday, there's not going to be a show on Tuesday because there's going to be a total day of program upgrades, technical upgrades here. So that is a word of caution for you. Now, Sri Lankan President Rajapaksa flies to Singapore. The president had fled to the Maldives a day earlier amid mass protests in Sri Lanka, but is now on his way, or he is in Singapore. Okay, and then deal inside to end Ukrainian grain standoff is one of the interesting stories that I want to touch on, because most of our people are saying that, well, we suffered lots of losses. There's no food, cost of living crisis and everything. But maybe if they are able to ship across the Ukrainian grains, it will help alleviate that pain that people are going through at the moment. U.S. crypto investor reportedly captive in Ukraine. Swedi Morekezi, a U.S. Air Force veteran, is reportedly being held by pro-Russian separatists there as well. Ashes of 8,000 Nazi victims found in mass grave. A mass grave containing 17.5 tons of ashes is unearthed in Poland, close to a former Nazi camp. Okay, it's very good. I love that we doing everything to show that you can't treat people like that. You can't just go killing people like that. But when we look at what happened to the Africans back in the day, when we were looking at the slave trade and stuff like that, has anybody thought of compensating us or some remuneration or something of the sort happen? Reparation, something of the sort happening there? Maybe we've not got a voice, and that's what seemed to be happening. But well, this and a lot more going to be coming your way. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, when it comes to the UK, Truss makes pitch to be Prime Minister as she trails Mordaunt. The Foreign Secretary says she will be ready to be the Prime Minister from day one if she wins the Tory leadership contest. But do you think that we want to give a Tory leadership to another lady? Now? Is it now the time to do that again? With what Theresa May saw and everything. Well, she says that she is actually 100% with Priti Patel when it comes to sending people to Rwanda. So, are you catching my drift? Okay. And then the police are to investigate Mo Farah's trafficking. The former Olympic champion said in a BBC documentary he was forced into domestic servitude as a child. So what are they looking for? Now, Kevin Spacey pleads not guilty to sexual assault. The Oscar-winning actor 62 pleaded not guilty to sexually assaulting 3 men. Okay, and a disabled woman fined for parking in a disabled spot. Oh, that's cool. You just go say it's me, look at me, and they should take it off. Take a picture of your they said, and just send it to them. If they don't get in touch with me, I'll sort them out. Well, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, and a lot more going to be coming your way. But it's now 2 minutes past 11, and it is the morning show. A quick break, and I'll bring you some lovely tune. So don't you go away.
Which from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
This is Starr Radio. This is Starr Radio UK. You are listening to Starr Radio Morning Show.
Radio UK. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
Well, something coming from Philip Ajale. Say, see the Lord laughing. Well, wherever you are tuning in, I hope that God is laughing on you or giving you a smile, whatever thing that you are doing, of course. But a few comments that have come here and there. Let me bring that your way. Those of you on the YouTube, Michael Ade says Muslim ticket will never fly, especially at this time that Nigeria is at the verge of breaking up. Rest in peace, APC. Good morning, Archie. Good morning to you, Michael. Let me know what you're thinking about the comments that have been put across this morning. Beauty Daddy. The Muslim ticket of the APC has brought an end to the APC unless they think otherwise, as it's been rumored this morning that the APC presidential candidate is actually looking into that as to whether he should continue on that path. The old man Tinubu. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 9 minutes past the top of the hour, and it's time for Nigeria updates from Nigeria. As I said, Mr. Olayomi is working behind the scenes, and he's supposed to have been on, but he's being held by something. So as and when he has the time, he will just join in. So please just bear with us. But if you have any information or you want to react in any way, feel free. It is your platform. You can do so. All right then. Well, the names of the nominees earlier submitted to Bola Tinubu to pick his vice presidential candidate from have been revealed. Recall that All Progressive Congress presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu had on Sunday announced the former governor of Borno State Kashim Shettima as his running mate for the 2023 general election. According to some sources, the Planning and Strategy Committee of the Tinubu campaign organization recommended 11 names for Tinubu to choose from as his running mate. It is said that the committee was headed by the former secretary to the government of the Federation, Babakar David Lawal. The newspaper stated that the committee recommended 7 persons from the northeast and 4 persons from the northwest geopolitical zones. It was learned that the panel did not recommend any person from the North Central geopolitical zone because the national chairman of the party, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, is from that region. So they didn't want to select anything of that sort. Now below, let me bring you the names. Some of the Northeast region, they had a former governor of Borno State, Kashim Shettima, who obviously he has been chosen, but as to whether there's going to be a U-turn. Now, governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, former Speaker of the House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara, Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations Amina Mohammed, Ambassador Fatima Bala, and Senator Anthony Manzo Kashim Imam as well. Now, when it comes to the Northwest, the Governor of Kaduna State, Nasiru Al-Rufai, Governor of Kebbi State, Atiku Bagudu, and then the former Governor of Sokoto State, Senator Aliyu Magatakarda Wamako, and then we have Hajia Najatu Mohammed there as well, who were all part of the nominees to see to that. But what do you think? What do you think has happened there? Well, it's all coming your way from Nigeria. I'll be bringing you more from there. Anthony, good morning to you. I hope you are doing very, very well. Now, the story says the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, that's the APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has stated that he will not be pressured into dropping Senator Kashim Shettima as his running mate. The former Lagos State governor made this known through the spokesman of Bola Tinubu, a campaign organization, Bayo Onanunga, on Wednesday. Now, it goes on further to say, recall that Tinubu's choice to pick Senator Kashim Shettima as his running mate for the 2023 general election, which means the APC will be fielding a Muslim ticket, has drawn widespread criticism from concerned Nigerians, religious leaders, opposition parties, and Christian Association of Nigeria. Now, speaking this morning, Onanunga stated that Bola Tinubu will not be pressured into replacing the former Borno governor. So it's a one direction as to whether it's going to crash or it's going to survive is another thing. But what do you think about all that? It is all Star Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 13 minutes past the top of the hour. But then, in reaction to that, some Christian politicians against APC Muslim tickets should be reasonable. That's what Adamu is saying. Now, Abdullahi Adamu, national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, has called Christian and politicians opposed to the party's Muslim ticket, featuring Bola Tinubu and Kashim Shettima as its presidential and vice presidential candidate, to see reason. Somebody say, really? Really? Now, we've had times when Christians led this country. We have times that a Muslim is leading the country. We can't deny the fact that we cannot have what we all want at the same time. Really? Okay. Now, all of us agreeing to one thing, Mr. Adamu argued. The fact of the matter is, we appreciate that the Christians are interested. But the truth of the matter is, we are as practical as we can in this situation. And we do hope that people will see reason. But I was asking the question the other time that, do they mean to say that there are no Christians up north? So, just to make sure that everybody feels represented. Someone will say, well, if you feel represented, you say Muslim, Christian, then why don't you get the atheists or maybe what do you call them? I've forgotten those who serve idols. What do they call them? Traditionalists. Why don't you say we want maybe a Muslim or a Christian and a traditionalist to work together? What about that? Well, somebody will say that we are looking at those who form majority of the population there. The APC chair further explained that nobody wants to promote Christianity or Muslim ticket necessarily, but insisted Shettima is another Nigerian like you and me. He said it was the will of God and a practical campaign strategy to win the 2023 presidential election. Now it says Mr. Adamu added, yes, we don't all have to be Muslims or Christians. It is the will of God that this time round we will be vice and president. He will be vice and president. The APC chairman said this when he and the party's National Working Committee members visited President Muhammadu Buhari at his residence in Dora, Katsina yesterday. Mr. Adamu added, God doesn't do anything in vain. God has a reason for making two major religious persuasions to be in this country. Each of these groups has good people who have reasons to believe they have stake also. On Sunday, Mr. Tinubu chose Mr. Shettima as his running mate, which critics describe as insensitive. Now, Mr. Tinubu's choice of Shettima marked the first time since 1993 that a major party ticket will have Muslims as both presidential candidate and running mate. The Christian Association of Nigeria had previously expressed worries that Mr. Tinubu could plunge the country into crisis should he pick a Muslim as his running mate. The members of the APC Christian caucus rejected the Tinubu Shettima candidature, predicting calamity for the ruling party after the manner of 1993 presidential elections, when the Abiola Kingbe Peric victory was cut short by a military junta, including Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau, Cabinet Secretary Boss Mustafa Ishaku Abo, a senator, and other top politicians. The caucus on Monday issued a communique conveying their disappointment and resistance to the party's selection of two Muslims as presidential flag bearers. Now, that the current Nigerian environment and political atmosphere are different from what occurred in 1993, and therefore a Muslim ticket is unacceptable, the group had insisted. It doesn't take the smart to know that Abiola Kinigbe's victory turned out to be a Pyrrhic victory, as there was never a President Abiola nor Vice President Kinigbe. Is that what we want to repeat in 2023? So what are they trying to say there? That if Tinubu and Shettima happen to win, then there's a tendency that there's going to be a coup d'etat and they will not take the helm of governance. What do you think? It's all quite interesting there. A thought of some of the Christians in the APC who are Christians and other politicians who are thinking that, whoa, that is a doom for the APC. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. 80 minutes past the top of the hour at the time, the morning show, the program. Now, Babakir Lawal, this has itself from running mate's recommendation to Tinubu. Now, yesterday we had Lawal making a statement, but the former secretary to the government of the Federation, Babakir Lawal, has denied claims that he was part of the committee that recommended running mate's nominee to Bola Tinubu. In a chat Wednesday, Lawal said he was not part of any committee that recommended running mates nominees to Tinubu. He confirmed that he chaired the planning and strategy committee, which was set up to implement strategies for Tinubu to pick the APC presidential ticket. Now, the former SGF said he was not aware of any committee that recommended running mates to the former Lagos governor. Oh my goodness. He went over to say, I chaired the Bola Tinubu Planning and Strategy Committee, which was set up to implement strategies for Tinubu to pick the ticket. But I'm not aware of the committee that recommended running mate. It is not our work. You know, politicians can cook up anything, he said. Now, earlier report that came in, a member of the Planning and Strategy Committee of the Tinubu Campaign Organization, headed by Lawal, has said the committee recommended 11 names to Tinubu as nominees for the vice presidential candidature. Now, he said the recommendation was contained in a report of a subcommittee chaired by Senator Grace Folashade Dent. The member said the final report of the committee was concluded last week, Tuesday, and submitted to Tinubu in London on Wednesday. He added that it was after Lawal submitted the report to Tinubu that the APC presidential candidate traveled back to Nigeria and announced Shetima as his choice for running mate. Another member of the panel said the report of the committee passed through Lawal before getting to the former Lagos governor. He was part of the decision, and the report got to the presidential candidate through him. First, we sent soft copy of our report to Asiwaju before the BD Lawal took the hard copy to him in London last Wednesday, he said. Quite an interesting piece there, but it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 11:21 the time, the Thursday edition of the morning show. I am Archie, so bringing you a couple more stories, and then we move on from there as well. Well, another reaction has come about this Muslim ticket pertaining to the Southerners, which I'm going to be sharing with you, but just bear with me whilst I try to load that. Okay, a couple more. Now, this time round, a Muslim ticket should not matter to Southerners. That's what Akere Dolo is saying. Now, if you are experts in, you know your way around Nigeria, and you know the environment very well and exactly what is happening there when it comes to these elections, then you will be able to say whether that is right or not. Prince Abimbola also there. Good morning to you too. And then Yoruba Nation has come to stay. Yes. All right then. I'm going to be an honorary citizen of the Yoruba Nation. So yes, I'm on. All right then. Now let's move on to the story that I was bringing your way a moment ago. Okay, just bear with me. Just bear with me. All right then, just bear with me. It seems that we're having some interference when it comes to the signals, but just bear with me. Let me try. Let's take a quick commercial break whilst I try to bring you to sort that issue out. Stay tuned.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Welcome back to the show. I apologize for the trip in power trip. That caused the videos, those of you watching us, to have a bit of a pause there. Or yes, let me say my apologies for that. But we are still streaming live. So wherever you are, if you want to join in or you want to share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones, feel free to do so. I really appreciate your efforts when it comes to what we do here on Starr Radio UK. Okay, so now let's move on to some of the other stories making the rounds, as I did say, pertaining to the Muslim tickets, which Akeredolu is saying that it should not matter to Southerners. Now, why are they saying so? Now, Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu of the Ondo State has asked the people of the South not to bother about the Muslim presidential ticket of the All Progressive Congress. Now, Akeredolu said this on Wednesday at the swearing in of two new commissioners held at the governor's office, Alabaka, Akure, the state capital. He urged the people of the South not to worry about the same fate ticket, stressing that the governors of the region fought for the 2023 presidency to be zoned to the South. Now, Akeredolu advised the Southerners and Nigerians to vote for performance and competence instead of religion in 2023. What do you think about that? It's quite an interesting one. So, well, as the Southerners, we were saying that the presidency should be ceded to us, and the party head, and they decided to cede it to them. So, if they have a president who belongs to the Muslim faith, not a Christian faith, and then he has selected somebody from the north, all that you need to know is that whether you are Christian, whether you are a Muslim, whether you are a traditionalist, whether you are an atheist, you have representation from the South, and the North have also got their representation. But this is a situation where people are looking at what has been happening in the past or recent times, or currently what is going on, where some people are of the view that there is this conspiracy theory of a Muslim an Islamic takeover of the whole of Nigeria, virtually Islamizing Nigeria. But we know that Nigeria is not a Christian or a Muslim country. It is not. It's not a traditionalist country. No. We got all sorts of people there, all faiths. So it's more to do, somebody would say, if it's here in land, we say cosmopolitan. So there's a mixture of people there. But what do you think about all this? What do you think about all this? It's a secular state. Now, the governor argued that the presidential candidate that the people would vote for, and that, okay, let me take it again. The governor argued that it is the presidential candidate that the people will vote for, and that the work stops on the president's table. Now let's vote for someone that we can do that can do something. The work stops at the table of the president. It is the president that you are voting for. He decides what happens, whether it's a Muslim or Christian. It should not matter to us in the South, because we fought for this. I have no doubt that given the opportunity from what he has done in Lagos, Asiwaju Tinubu will turn things around for better, he said. So those of you in Lagos listening to me this morning, do you think that Tinubu did well when he was governor of Lagos State? Well, now, the choice of Senator Kashim Satima as the running mate of the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, have elicited mixed reaction. Now, while some groups and individuals have described the choice of Muslim as a disrespect to Christians, others have supported the decision. Of course, whatever you do, even we have Church of Satan there. Okay, so whatever you do, we have people who will support you, others who will vehemently resist or oppose you. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, a couple of other stories making the rounds there. Now, Osun election, trouble for Adeleke PDP as Ayatollah allegedly stopped access to rally venues. Why has it stopped access to rally venues? The Democratic Party governorship candidate for Osun State, Demola Adeleke, is currently troubled over the alleged decision of the incumbent governor of the state, Adeboye Ayatollah, to restrict access to venues where the opposition party had proposed for its mega rally. The PDP have written to the state government to get permission to use the Osogbo City Stadium and Freedom Park, Osogbo, for its final mega rally on Thursday. That's today, as to whether that is going to happen or not. However, Adeleke scam alleged during the sideline of the National Peace Committee Peace Accord signing by gubernatorial candidates and their political parties in Osogbo. That Ayatollah didn't respond positively to their request to use the venues. Adeleke said that the use of either venues for the mega rally became necessary because of the caliber of guests and party bigwigs expected in Osogbo. Now, he goes on further to say, for our mega rally, we are expecting PDP presidential candidate Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and some governors. I won't tell you the names of the governors that are coming. And the PDP National Campaign Committee for Osun election is showing commitment to this campaign, but we have been denied access to the stadium and Freedom Park. The Daily Post quoted Adeleke as saying. The Osun State government has, however, debunked the reports. Speaking in a defense of Ayatollah's led government of the Osun Commission for Information and Civic Orientation, Funke Egbomode explained that the said venues had been approved for other programs before Adeleke's campaign requested access to them. Really? Same day? Same time? Okay, recall that ruling party held a mega rally in the state on Tuesday, July 12, at the Osogbo City Stadium, Osogbo. Now, the event was witnessed by the APC national leader and the presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu, state governors elected, and the party's platform and other party stakeholders. The PDP, however, is expected to hold their mega rally today with the likes of the party's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar expected to be in attendance as well. So, is it some underhand dealings going on, trying to outwit each other? So I am the incumbent. We had our rally last Tuesday. Now we finished with the rally. Now you want to have your rally there, and I do all sorts to some way, somehow, susupon the whole thing to spoil or to spoil your chances of becoming or winning the governorship election. What do you think? It's 11:32. Final one. Ararome defects to Labour Party, picks ticket for Okigwe Senatorial Zone. Well, some of the defections taking place. The son of Senator Efeanyi Ararome, a chieftain of All Progressive Congress, APC, Efeanyi Ararome Jr., had defected to the Labour Party after being denied the ticket of PDP to vie for the Okigwe Senatorial Zone for the 2023 general election. Now, you know, this is, when it comes to Nigeria, defection is something that they do like so swiftly. Today they are here, tomorrow they are it's in APC, defected, he want the seat to run for the seat for the PDP. And then so you ask yourself, so what ideology do you hold? What ideology when it comes to Nigeria as a whole? these politicians, what ideology do they have, and what? So why are you supporting them? Is it because they hail from your tribe, or is it because of the policies that they have? I've not heard anything about policies and stuff like that. It's all either it's a Christian or it's a Muslim, or one that is just crossing the carpet from left to right to center. What's going on there? Well, this and a lot more we'll be looking as the days and the months unfold. Well, how many days more? Yomi will tell you. We have less than 210 days more for this election to hold. As to whether it's going to hold, that's the general election. Yes, the Osun election is going to take place on Saturday. But as to whether the general election is going to hold or not, is a question on the lips of most people. Is it like what somebody ascribed that, look, what happened during that election in 1993 that was annulled, the military took over, where it was a Muslim ticket. It's not because of that the military took over. That wasn't it at all. There were intentions like that in that part of the world at the time. Things are different now. So what do you think? Maybe this time around that we have evidence of attacks and stuff like that going on, people will think that, hey, there's no point. Let's not do that. Let's vote them out. But well, have you gone for your PVC at all? That is some other questions that other people are asking. When people make noise, they say, well, are you going to be able to even vote? It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. One final story. This pertains to one of our own. And when I say one of our own, it's no other person than Showore. The story, they didn't allow me because I wanted to bring your way, but the story says that his name seemed to have been missing from the Electoral Commission's website. Is it that they are trying to do something to stop him from contending or contesting? What do you think? Well, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, the final one. This pertains to Peter Obi, and that one too will not be allowed to bring that your way. But it says IPOP disowns Obi, says members will not vote in Zoological Republic. Well, so those of you in the south, Bola Tinubu is from the south. Whether it is a Muslim, Christian, Muslim, whatever it is, at least somebody would say the presidency has been ceded to the south. So, will you vote for him? That's the question. And those of you in the southeast, where we know that Peter Obi hails from, the people are saying that, well, so far as it's Nigeria, they call it the Zoological Republic, they are not going to be voting at all. But what do you think? Should I forget about that and vote vehemently as a protest vote? What do you think is going to happen there? Well, it is all Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, and this is where we bring the updates from Nigeria to a close for today. We're going to take a break, and once we come back, we'll be looking at some of the other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world, from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. As I say all the time, if it's making the headlines, why not? I promise you, we're going to touch on that. So stay tuned. Don't you go away.
All ladies, you are invited to our premier 13th annual Women's Conference, Lady to Lady Global Conference 2022. Theme, Joy. Date, Saturday, 30th July. Doors open at 11 a.m. Venue, Fairview's Concert Halls, the Phoenix Theater, Croydon, CR91DG3, United Kingdom. Register on www.ladytoladyglobal.org. Music Minister, CLC Healing Voices. Simeon. Queenie, Ada Ahi. Congratulations, I have seen the glory of God. Conference speakers, Reverend Betty King, Pastor Marjorie, Pastor Sandra.
I did come to Lady, and from that day onwards, my life has never been the same.
See you there.
Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe.
To 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
I have been compelled to sing to this rhythm after seeing all was gone in Africa.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Well, it is Starr Radio UK. Let me read some of the comments that have come out from discussions of updates from Nigeria, or the presentation from the updates of Nigeria. And this time around coming from Michael Ade. Michael Ade says, Tinubu's statement, my choice for rejecting Christians as running mate is based on competence. The statement destroys him more. That no competent Christian, that's what he's asking there. He got on fire to say, I'm not a politician, but I have heard comments from big Christian bodies. Honestly, we might have had similar before, but this is not MKO's time. Talking about MKO Abiola. He got on fire to say, he said, for me, I stand for a sovereign Yoruba nation and nothing more. None of their abracadabra political games can fix nothing. Now, do you agree with Michael this morning? What do you think? Let us hear from you. It's on Starr Radio UK. Is Nigeria under pressure? Yes, somebody say yes, Nigeria is under pressure.
Everybody under pressure, black and white under pressure, Europeans under pressure. Can't get no food to pick up with belly. Philippine, you too, no have no mother. Philippine, you too, no have no father. Philippine, you too, no have no brother. Philippine, you too, no have no sister. I'm a kimono, me just chatting to you. Chatter this, I want me not go chat it all day. Hey, under pressure we will, under pressure Europeans, under pressure Africans, under pressure Nigerians, under pressure.
lands it all nicely. Under pressure, under pressure, under pressure. Africa, the whole world is under pressure. In the UK, under pressure. You can look at the cost of living here in the UK and it's mind blowing. But hey, whatever it is, you can hear it all on Starr Radio UK. Let your comments come true as you normally do. And I promise you one thing for sure, I'm going to read them out as well. So stay tuned. Don't you go away. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, a couple of social announcements and then we continue with the show. The Summer Barbecue 2022 for Inspired Day Nursery is going to take place on the Saturday the 23rd of July from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's going to be at 68 Women Road, Croydon. The postcode is CR02XP. 68 Women Road, Croydon. Postcode CR02XP. The games, bouncy castle, face painting, music, raffle, and great food expected as well. Now tickets in advance are £3 per person. Babies under 1 come in for free. More on the door. Please bring money and the spirit of giving. All proceeds will go to the Noah's Ark Children's Space. Okay, that's for your information. And this evening as well, KB Bossman will be coming your way with a property hour show from a venue, from an event center, which we are trying to gather or get everything together to bring you all the information that you need to know when it comes to that program tonight. Yes, but the program is going to be live on Starr Radio UK, the property hour show with KB Bossman and Vicky Newton. It comes away every Thursday at 7 p.m. But it will be preceded by the BB Clement show. BB means business with BB Clement. Yes, and that is exactly at 6 o'clock. So 6 to 7, and then from 7 we have Mr. KB Bossman coming your way as well. Well, so that's some of the programs that are going to be coming your way. But as I announced earlier on, next Tuesday, the 19th, there will not be a live program on the for the day because some technical upgrade work will be going on here. So please bear with us, bear with us, bear with us. All right then. Okay. Yes, we don't want to leave you in the lurch. That's why we are bringing all that your way. Let's take a quick break. We come back and we'll look at some of the other stories making the rounds. As I said, this afternoon is at 12:30. We'll bring the curtains for the end of the program because the upgrade where we are trying to do it gradually, so we don't take a whole day. But the Tuesday we have to take a whole day off for that upgrade work to continue. So wherever you are, stay tuned. Don't you go away. It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Those of you who were looking forward to the Niger Voices yesterday, we apologize sincerely for that. As I said, due to some technical issues that couldn't come on, we'll be having Mr. Olayomi Koiki on sometime tomorrow or next week. So please just bear with us. But we love you to bits. Stay tuned.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Otta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK and to the Thursday edition of the morning show. 11:51 the time. As I said earlier, on exactly at 12:30 we bring the program to a close. So wherever you are, just stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. Don't even think of touching the dial. Now let's look at some of the other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world. As I said, continue to send your comments in, and I promise you one thing for sure. I'm going to read them out. All right then? Yes. Okay, so now moving on straight to some other stories that is made the rounds on the African continent. As I said, I'll be opening the lines in the next 9 minutes, and then we'll have that 30 minutes window for you to also call in. But in Ghana, it's still all unraveling. Now, will the Ghanaian government do a U-turn when it comes to the free SHS? Or as it's been is going on, will parents the PTA come to the aid of the schools? Someone will say, well, if somebody's giving you something for free and then it gets to a point where you cannot, then maybe you have to find the time to get yourself to support the cause. Well, interestingly, you know, back in the day we had pan in the plates, let me call them that way, in the school that we use. But looking at the picture there now, I think that everybody has to bring their own plates to the dining. Interesting. I think that's good. When you finish, go and wash your plate instead of the what do you call them, the pantry. I remember the pantry men. Even that we didn't call them, we got pantry boys. Instead of them seeing to washing off all that, and then at times they might not be washed well and all that. You wash it yourself. You want to poison yourself. It's an individual who poison themselves. Okay, but I hope that doesn't happen. Now, some headmasters of mission senior high schools in the eastern region are soliciting emergency support from their churches to help feed hungry students. A headmaster in one of the mission school who spoke this morning under condition of anonymity revealed that the school has run out of food, making it difficult to feed the students. Hence, out of frustration, he wrote to the church for emergency intervention. I remember back in the day, the school that I went to was a Methodist school. Now, the intervention by the church sustained the school for a few weeks, but is currently almost out of stock again. Now, meanwhile, the Eastern Regional Branch of the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools, Charles, has sent a resolution to the Ministry of Education after an emergency meeting on Tuesday, that's July 12th, on the shortage of food in the schools. Excerpts of the resolution states suppliers of food items for some time have now been supplying underweight items to the school. An example is 100 kg of maize has been reduced to 50 kg or 60 kg. So cuts. So if you eat if you had a ball of cake like this, I'm not sure that they will have a ball like 2 fists. Okay, like that. So let's say 1 fist. Now they have to now chop that a bit from there. So that's what your child will be getting. By the time they come home, they'll grow lean. Or you have to give them more provisions, as we did say at the time. Well, somebody say something that I'm laughing about, but it's a serious situation. Now, Charles also lamented over non-payment of arrears, making management of the school very difficult. Now, since 2021, funds meant for recurrent expenses have been released once. By extension, recurrent funds are in arrears since 2021 and 6 months into 2022, and that is quite worrying. If you are a parent listening to us, what do you think can be done? Is government now going to do means testing, or are we going to see? I mean, so that you see clearly in this scenario that those who have the haves and the have-not, that they wanted to break the gap. That's why they said we're having a free SHS. Everybody can be in there. Those who have, their parents are going to bring them more provisions, and those who don't have will be going hungry or be begging for them to. So can you just imagine what happens there? Can you just imagine a girl child in a mixed school, all right, where there's not enough food to go around, and some boy or some girl, whatever it is, now think that, well, I can use this as a leverage to get them to sleep with. Can you just imagine what is going to happen there? Even when things were being provided for, look at what we were seeing. I talk less when there is that desperate need there. Now, what is government going to do about it? I want to know your thoughts about that. Well, it is coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We are with IMF to fix public finances in short run, President Akufo-Addo says. The President of the Republic, Nana Akufo-Addo, says all countries around the world are working to return themselves to a state of normalcy following the devastating impact of the pandemic of COVID-19, whose effects have been exacerbated by the Russian invasion of Ukraine. According to him, economies have been plunged into recessions, businesses have collapsed, and lives and livelihoods have been disrupted. Food and fuel prices have escalated dramatically as global and domestic inflationary pressures mount. Hopefully, sooner rather than later, the world will make up on lost time. That's what the president is saying there. President Akufo-Addo made these statements during the swearing in 10 ambassadors and high commissioners at Jubilee House on Thursday, 7 July 2022. In our case, we have decided to seek the collaboration of the International Monetary Fund to repair in the short run our public finances, which have taken a severe hit in very recent times. As a result, whilst we continue to work on the medium to long-term structural changes that are at the heart of our goal of creating a Ghana beyond aid that is building a resilient, robust Ghanaian economy. He was confident that determination, hard work, unity, and the proverbial Ghanaian sense of enterprise will make it. We will succeed. Indeed, these two shall pass. Now, President Akufo-Addo told the ambassadors and high commissioners that the twin events of COVID-19 and the Russian invasion of Ukraine had emphasized the need for stronger ties of cooperation and bonds of friendship around the world. No country can afford to go it alone. We either succeed together or we perish together. And this is where your work as ambassadors and high commissioners will be needed the most, he added. The president thus urged them to familiarize themselves with the objects of Ghana Cares or Batampa program, which sets out Ghana's roadmap towards the strong revitalization of the Ghana or the Ghanaian economy. Part of their responsibilities at the multilateral level, President Akufo-Addo added, is for them to work with the governments of their accreditation to assist in the prosecution of their common agenda in the fight against the scourge of armed conflicts, terrorism, and violent extremism, the threats of climate change, and the illicit flow of funds from Africa. Now, whilst at it, you have the onerous responsibility of promoting the image of a country whose reputation amongst the community of nations continues to be high. You represent a country that, as a result of the commendable conduct of Ghanaian people, is regarded as one of the most stable on the African continent, he said. Now, President Akufo-Addo continued, at your respective duty posts, you must strive to develop cordial working relations with the professional foreign service officers you will find at your duty post. They have invaluable experience and knowledge of the terrain, which should help you work effectively. You will need their assistance, and they will need your guidance and leadership. Well, who are these ambassadors? And let me bring them to you for the sake of those of you of us who are here, or those in the diaspora, those who don't know who and who is going to what. The High Commissioners sworn in by the President include Mrs. Wawonyo Ajiman, High Commissioner to the Republic of Sierra Leone, and Mrs. Florence Bouquet Akono, High Commissioner to the Federation of Malaysia. The rest are Mrs. Marine Benya, Ambassador to the Republic of Italy. Mr. Muhammad Nuruddin Ismaila, Ambassador to the State of Qatar. Miss Mavis Essie Kesagbo, Ambassador to the Republic of Angola. Mrs. Lydia Ofosuya Amate, Ambassador to the State of Israel. Ambassador Emmanuel Kwame Siedu Entry, Ambassador to the Swiss Confederation. Mrs. Emma Mensah, Ambassador to the Republic of Senegal. Ambassador Ahmed Hassan, Ambassador at Large, and Mr. Henry Techimenson, Ambassador in situ. Ambassador in situ. Now, President Akufo-Addo noted that they have distinguished themselves in their various fields of endeavor and in the public service of our country, and are eminently fit to represent Ghana in their respective places of accreditation, which have expressed satisfaction at their appointment. I congratulate each one of you warmly on your well-deserved appointment, and I am confident you will make our nation proud. Well, congratulations to them, and we hope that they are able to make Ghana proud in their endeavors. But well, as the president did speak about the Ghana going to the IMF and blaming everything on the war in Ukraine and the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, the General Secretary of the Opposition National Democratic Congress, Johnson Essiedu-Nketia, has blasted government for opportuning undue blame for Ghana's current economic crisis. Now, according to him, Ghana's debt situation is as a result of failed leadership, for which the government must make an honest admission instead of apportioning undue blame on global events. Our current position is not good, and we should be truthful to ourselves and admit that our government has failed. Let's not blame Ukraine and Russia. If the war has an impact, why not? But the global environment has never been stable. There is always a challenge. So if you are going to blame events in the international community every day, then the question is, why do we have leaders? Because other leaders are living within the environment and they are making progress, he said. Now, speaking on Tuesday, Mr. Essiedu-Nketia said President Akufo-Addo might as well attribute the recent assassination of former Prime Minister of Japan Shinzo Abe to the current crisis. So finding everything possible to blame the situation on. If we don't take care tomorrow, Akufo-Addo will come out and blame the assassination of Shinzo Abe for Ghana's economic crisis, as Edin Ketia added. The government on July 1, 2022 announced a decision to seek financial support from an IMF program. Now, according to the government, the decision has become necessary due to the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and the Russian-Ukraine war on Ghana's economy. Let me announce the lines open because we've got about another 27 minutes before the technical team take over for the upgrades work to commence. Yes, if you want to join in, it's 0208-133-2257 or 58 0208-133-2257 or 58. Now, if you happen to be in the US, Canada, or the Caribbean area, 0017183032737, 0017183032737. To text or WhatsApp is 0753966617 for 0753966617 for our Twitter handle is a Starr Radio UK, and email address is info@starradiouk.com. Now, one final story that my producer has put my way. IMF concludes negotiation reaffirms support for Ghana, and I say that Carlos Lavich, leader of the IMF negotiation team in Ghana, has reaffirmed the government's narrative that Ghana's economy hardship is partly as a result of the ongoing Ukraine-Russia war as well as the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, Slavich, after meeting the various stakeholders in the country, concluded that Ghana's fiscal and debt situation has severely worsened following the COVID-19 pandemic. He admitted that Russia's invasion of the territories of Ukraine is also hitting hard at a time when the country is still recovering from the COVID-19 pandemic shock. Now, Carlos Lavich said Ghana is facing a challenging economic and social situation amid increasingly difficult global environment. The fiscal and debt situation has severely worsened following the COVID-19 pandemic. At the same time, investors' concerns have triggered credit ratings downgrades, capital outflows, loss of external market access, and rising domestic borrowing costs. Well, that is, someone say, it's not only peculiar to Ghana, it's happening all across the globe. So what is going to happen there? Well, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The Privileges Committee pardons Henry Quarte, Kennedy Japan, as Adwoasafo fate hangs in the balance. Information coming through says that, the Asin Central MP Kennedy Japan and Ayawaso Central MP Henry Quarte, who both absented themselves from Parliament for more than 15 consecutive sittings last year, have been pardoned by the committee. The decision on the two MPs was taken by the majority members of the committee. The members are reported to have been satisfied with the explanation provided by the embattled MPs. Now, it goes on further to say no decision has been taken on the Domekwa Benya MP Sarah Adwoasafo yet, as the committee prepares to lay its report before the House. A source within the committee told parliamentary correspondent that a sharp disagreement between the minority and majority sides of the committee on Kennedy Japan and Henry Quarte, who both attributed the absence to health reasons. The minority MPs demanded that Kennedy Japan provide a written note of medical excuse from his medical doctor. This became necessary because the MP claimed that he had a verbal excuse from his doctor. Well, so Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now exactly to 7 minutes past the top of the hour. It is Starr Radio, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, now let's move on to other parts of the world. Now, Benin, head of top court, resigns to renew commitment to ruling party. The president of Benin's constitutional court, Joseph Jugbenu has resigned from his post. The institution announced on Tuesday, 6 months before the January 2023 legislative election. The Vice President of the Constitutional Court has received a letter of resignation of Mr. Joseph Jugbenu in his capacity as advisor and consequently as president, said the press release published on the court's website. The day before, Mr. Jugbenu had been received in audience by Beninese President Patrice Talon in Cotonou without making any statement at the end of this meeting. The former personal lawyer of Mr. Talon was at the head of the institution since June 2018 and his term ended in June 2023. The statement does not specify the reasons for his resignation. According to Beninese political analyst Moise Dusumo, reached by phone by AFP, this close associate of Mr. Talon may have resigned in view of a future participation in the January 2023 legislative election. A senior official of the Progressive Union Party, UP presidential majority, who requested anonymity, shares this view. Don't be surprised to see him soon as the head of our party and in the running for the legislative election, he said. A lawyer by profession, Joseph Jugbenu had been elected deputy in 2015, then appointed Minister of Justice after the election of Patrice Talon in 2016. With this resignation, it is Razaki Amoda, current vice president, who takes over the institution. In Benin, the Constitutional Court's mission, among other things, is to monitor presidential and legislative elections as well as referendums. Now, to ensure the constitutionality of law and to handle complaints of human rights violation. Elected in 2016 and re-elected in 2021, President Talon has undertaken a series of political and economic reforms to put his country on the path to development, but this impressive modernization has been accompanied by a major dramatic setback, according to the opposition, which has been reduced to almost nothing today. But what is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK? It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, when you talk about last Sunday or last weekend's gun attack in South Africa, but South Africa has come out with a way to reduce the effective way to reduce gun deaths in South Africa. The spread of bar shootings, which has rocked South Africa, has shed light on the issue of gun availability following the killings of 22 people this past week. The police ramped up their efforts to seize illegally held weapons. Among three sources of illegal gun leakage activities point to a main one. The biggest source is loss and theft of guns from civilians. Adele Kestin, the director at Gun Free South, Adele Kestin, my apologies, African, says 24 guns a day are either lost or stolen. Every single day, 24 guns move from legal hands into illegal hands. That includes private security corps, 2 to 4 a day. So we have a leakage from both the states and from civilians. So how will they solve that? Well, let's follow it closely, and I'll be telling you more about that in or as the days unfolds. It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, when you've got so much money and you've been on the world's rich list for what, years on end, what would you want to do? Do you want to take yourself off it? Well, Bill Gates is saying that, billionaire Bill Gates has pledged again to give his wealth away, adding that he will eventually drop off the world's richest list. It came as the Microsoft co-founder announced he will make 20 billion, that is 17 billion donation to his philanthropic fund. The world's fourth richest man said he had an obligation to return his resources to society. Mr. Gates first pledged to give away his wealth in 2010, but his net worth has more than doubled since then. He's currently worth $118 billion according to Forbes magazine, but that will fall significantly after his donation in July to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the charitable fund he set up with his ex-wife in 20,000. As I look to the future, I plan to give virtually all of my wealth to the foundation. I will move down and eventually off the list of the world's richest people. Now it goes on to say in a Twitter thread, Mr. Gates said the foundation will boost its spending from 6 billion a year to 9 billion by 2026 due to recent global setbacks, including the pandemic, Ukraine, and the climate crisis. As I look to the future, I plan to give virtually all my wealth to the foundation. He said, I will move down and eventually off the list of the world's richest people. I have an obligation to return my resources to society in ways that have the greatest impact for reducing suffering and improving lives. And I hope others in position of great wealth and privilege will step up in this moment too. So do you think that Elon Musk is going to do that and the others? The Gates Foundation works in countries to eradicate diseases such as malaria, improve education, and tackle poor sanitation. It was thought to be the world's second largest charitable foundation in 2020, holding $49.8 billion in assets, and is backed by other wealthy benefactors such as billionaire investor Warren Buffett. And although the foundation has done good work, some have raised concerns about the ethics of a private endeavor wielding such great influence. The foundation is the largest private donor to the World Health Organization, second only to the US, with its annual donation in 2018. Concerns about this became more pointed after former President Donald Trump threatened to pull U.S. funding. Now, Mr. Gates held Forbes' title of the richest person in the world between 1995 and 2010, and again from 2013 to 2017. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos knocked him off the top spot in 2017 before Tesla chief executive Elon Musk took pole position in 2022. Well, share the love, share the money. Where is the dollar? Asks our own Zongo man. Those are some of the stories making the rounds. I've got to run out of 15 minutes to bring the program to a close. A very sad story that I'm going to bring your way here, but just bear with me. A man has been charged with raping an Ohio girl, 10, who was denied abortion. A man in the U.S. state of Ohio has been charged with raping a 10-year-old girl who had to cross state lines for an abortion after her home state restricted the procedure. Gershon Fontes, 27, appeared in court in Columbus on Wednesday. The unnamed girl's plight has drawn international attention. U.S. President Joe Biden cited it at the White House as he slammed abortion restrictions, but skeptics had questioned if it was a hoax. Now, millions of women and girls lost a long-standing constitutional right to abortion after a U.S. Supreme Court decision in June. In a speech last Friday condemning that ruling, President Biden raised a report of the child's case angrily, saying, "Imagine being that little girl." Hours after the Supreme Court decision, a legislator in Ohio outlawed abortion after 6 weeks with no exceptions for victims of rape or incest. Well, let me leave that story there. It's one of the ones making the rounds. But what do you think? One other story, and then we come to the UK. Well, Rajapaksa has left the Maldives for Singapore. Well, Sri Lanka's president Gotabaya Rajapaksa has left the Maldives on a Saudi airline flight bound for Singapore. Now, the president had fled the Maldives a day earlier amid mass protests over Sri Lanka's economic crisis. It is not clear if Mr. Rajapaksa will stay in Singapore or whether he will use it as a layover destination. He had previously pledged to resign by Wednesday, but has failed to submit a formal resignation so far. The leader, who as president enjoys immunity from prosecution, is believed to have wanted to leave Sri Lanka before stepping down to avoid possibility of arrest by an incoming administration. It comes as acting president Ranil Wickremesinghe on Thursday imposed a curfew for a second day. His government ordered a curfew from 06:30 to 5 hours Friday to quell protests. Mr. Wickremesinghe was appointed acting president by President Rajapaksa after the latter fled on a military plane on Tuesday night, but the decision triggered further protests demanding the Prime Minister also resigns. One person died and 84 were injured during Wednesday's protests, which took place at key landmarks around the capital, Colombo, including the Prime Minister's office. Well, we hope that they find the way forward to resolve all this that seem to be happening. It is Starr Radio UK. Now, a couple of stories from the UK front, and then we'll bring the program to a close. Change of Tory leader will be a shift from Scottish values, Sturgeon says. Now, while a new round of voting begins in Westminster, Scotland First Minister Nicola Sturgeon has been delivering a speech making the case for Scottish independence. She says the change of Tory leader seems certain to be accompanied by a shift even further to the right. That's a shift from mainstream and Scottish values, she adds. The First Minister says Boris Johnson has no democratic endorsement whatsoever from Scotland, and he will be replaced by another Prime Minister that Scotland has not voted for. She says Labour will not be the solution because where the Tories go, Labour seems obliged to follow as well. Now, she went on further to say, the First Minister adds that what Scotland is hearing and seeing from Westminster parties encapsulates the democratic deficit that we face as part of the UK. And it continues. Now, voting has begun at 11:30 on the dot, despite a change of rooms appearing to confuse some Conservative MPs. Now, they're being told to have their phones and pass ready, please, to confirm their identity and prevent them from taking photos and what is supposed to be a secret ballot. Like yesterday, the front runner among MPs, Rishi Sunak, is the first of the candidates to vote. Now, Liz Truss has hot-footed it over from her campaign lunch to appear at the hustings. As how all is going, she simply smiles and says good. Now, meanwhile, Conservative MPs are starting to arrive for the second round of the voting. The proceedings have moved about 30 meters down the corridor from yesterday. The vote will take place in committee room 14 rather than 10, which appears to be confusing a few of them. Well, let them read and they'll find out who and what. Well, looking at the bookie's favorite, yeah, it looks like this lady Manhunt has got the momentum with her. Now, Richard Sunak seemed to be will be trailing at the end of the day, and then Trusted, and then Badenoch will be for Tagenat will be the fifth. That's how it seemed to be panning. But we don't know what is going to happen. But Penny Manhunt surged ahead and now leads by a significant margin. Rishi Sunak, who was in the lead in 5 days following Boris Johnson's resignation, now finds himself in second place with other rivals trailing behind. So, are we ready for another lady Prime Minister? We've had Margaret Thatcher. We've had Theresa May. Are we going to have another lady as our Prime Minister? Penny Mordaunt? Well, we're following it very, very closely. But during her lunch, Liz Truss is focusing on what she sees as a capacity to deliver as Prime Minister. But the questions, as reporters are focusing on, revolve around someone not here, Penny Mordaunt. Now, Truss has been in Boris Johnson's cabinet throughout and didn't resign, and so it's harder for her than Mordaunt to claim to be an agent of change. Now, Team Truss argue she is the real deal now and is ready to be Prime Minister, and not to subtle dig at Penny Mordaunt, who has much less experience at the top government. Will we put her there? She's not a novice per se. She's had experience a couple of ministries, but do you think she will do a good work if voted in? PM for PM, Penny Mordaunt for Prime Minister? What do you think? Or Rishi Sunak, is it the one going to do it for you? What do you think? Lord Frost, the former chief Brexit negotiator, intervenes in the contest to say he has grave reservation about Mordaunt becoming the next Prime Minister. Sunak has been defending his credentials, saying his wealth doesn't mean he can't understand people's financial struggles. So who do you vote for? A poor person who has been propped up by citizens or urged on to become a leader, or somebody who is not like Bellefou, who want to take the helm again, who might not understand it when you talk about going to the shops, going to buy a pint of milk and it's gone up, or going to the shops, going to buy a bag of potato and it's gone up, or the quantity is gone down. What? Who do you vote for? Well, listeners, this is where I bring the program to a close. As I said, there's going to be some technical updates, but this evening exactly at 7 o'clock, KB Botsman will be coming your way. It's been a pleasure coming your way, but take this song, this time from Devox, and Devox Ghana, and it says, it's a much as it is song, it says, Sufre Wunyame, that's pray to your God, because we've got to a point where we need God to intervene in all our affairs. So stay tuned, don't you go away. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bye-bye for now. It's me, Archie.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.